Hey everybody, it's May, and today I want to show you a new printable I put together that can be used for faith or for journaling or whatever you want to use it for. So, as always, I try to test new products on film before releasing them. I plan to release this on Sunday, so if you're interested, just stay tuned. Alright guys, so I have made a printable folio, okay? So this is the outside cover of your folio. So this is the part that will fold down, okay? So that's why it's oriented this way. This will be the back of your folio, and this will be the part that folds up. So that's why it's facing this way. The reason why there is a background, and it is a very light background on this page, is because I went ahead and spaced it out, because the elements that you'll be putting into the inside of the folio, if we did it where I printed it like this and then cut it, the problem is you have no gusset, okay? Because here's the folio, right? And this is what I printed on the backside. We'll get into that. But if you do that and then you try to glue elements into it, it's going to bulk up so bad it's not even going to close. So that's why I gave a generous, I think it's almost 3/8. Okay, so I've tested it out and it does work. And if you don't have a printer, you can literally send these files to Office Max or to Staples and they will print them for you. What I print all of my PDFs on, oh, that was my trash can, is this pen gear paper I get from Walmart. You can tell I've had it forever. There's 150 sheets and it's 110 pounds. You can get away with going as light as 65-pound paper. And they have that in the Astro Brights at Walmart. And I use that a lot in making mini albums and junk journals and things like that all the time. So it's all good. So there is I think there is 14 or 16 elements. Okay. And then I gave enough matching pattern papers to put on the backside. So this one right here on the backside, I just put lines because there's going to be so many elements I'm gluing onto the inside of here that I just wanted something very neutral, okay? So I'll be cutting that out in just a second off the camera so that we can get into it. But here is 2 long angled pockets with like a vintage purple feel, okay? And then we have these, a large, a medium, and a small pocket in the vintage purple feel. And then you have like a flat page, or if you're really good and you know how to cut like this, you know what I mean, like these things, you could actually turn this into another long pocket. But I did it where it's going to be like a flat page, you know what I mean? So then here is like, you can take an X-Acto knife and cut out the white areas right here if you choose. And this could be like a stacked pocket. I'm not sure I'm going to do that because I'm kind of impaired. There's only so much I can do at the moment. So, okay, so then here are like the same pockets, the small, medium, and the large, but it's with a very detailed pattern. These gorgeous purple florals and butterflies. Okay, so you have these 3 pockets. And then you have like a butterfly insert with these gorgeous junk journal feel, very art mixed media flowers in the background. You have like a vintage label to be able to write or use stickers or whatever you want to label like a section in the folio. And then this will create a layered angle pocket, okay? And that real pretty butterfly. So then you have some journaling cards. And on the back of this, I did not print any design because, excuse me, this is where I'm going to be writing. And as you can see, I'm pretty talented on a lot of things, but the one thing I do not know how to do, guys, is work a sewing machine. And that's kind of like the deal with junk journaling. So I really cheated, and I have graphics on here of like messy stitch sewing. So I can get away with being like, oh yeah, it's stitched. It's just printed on there. So these are journaling cards, and what I suggest is when you cut them out, do not cut down the center. That way you can just, you know, fold them and glue them together. Or they could stay unglued and be like a little booklet. It's up to you. So then we have some library cards. Oh, and I lowered the opacity on it so you would definitely be able to write on it. And of course, like I said, I didn't print anything on the back because that's where I want to journal. I didn't print anything on the back of these decorated tags, so you have these beautiful ones right here with the stitched, messy stitching around it. And if you look, the messy stitching is different on some of them, okay? So then here are some more butterflies, and as you can see, they do not repeat. So you've got all these beautiful images. Here's like the vintage ones, so pretty. Then you have, this is where I would definitely did print a pattern on the back. So I have the grid, the dot grid, and then like really large leads, kind of like a, not college ruled, but not quite wide ruled either. And then a larger grid. Okay, and so these are the music notes, dot grid. The lines are a little bit more college ruled here. And then another thing of the music notes, and they are different. Okay, are they? Nope, they're the same music notes. Okay, so let me show you what I did print on the back of there. I have one portrait pattern, and so I'm not worried about if it cuts off when I cut out the tags, like part of the butterfly, because I have a feeling I'm going to be layering some elements on top of it. So here is another pattern that you can put on the back of whatever page you like to. So just print all your elements and then just decide what pattern papers you want to go on the back if you do. So I thought that one was super pretty. Then we have some very pretty vintage ones. What is this? I already showed you that pocket, didn't I? If I didn't, here it is. I'm like, what did I do? So we have this pattern. We have this pattern right here that's like on the journaling card and one of the elements. This one is very mixed media, kind of like with stamping, different elements all in here to create like a collage background with this really pretty purple florals. Some more of the vintage and more of the vintage. Goodness gracious. Some darker purples. And then this one is kind of like, you know, it would go any orientation, so it's not going to matter. And then this one, I think, too. I think even if it was portrait, it's going to be okay. I really do. By the time you cut the elements out that you print on the backside, you'll be fine. So then this one can go either way as well. And then, of course, we have that lines that's on the back of the main folio. Excuse me, some more pattern florals. This one's got a little bit more blue in it. These are a little bit larger. And then we have some, like, these look more sketched. And, like, they're lavender, but it reminds me, it really looks like I color penciled it. I mean, it's got a very sketched look to it. Then we have some chrysanthemums, and then these beautiful dark florals right here. Oh, and I believe I showed you guys these pockets. If not, they're included as well. So I'm going to cut out all of my elements, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and get started. And in case you're wondering, I did not use my good printer. And as you can see, I just let it print how it printed, okay? I didn't ask it to print at anything specific. When you do the elements pages with my printer, you're just going to have to play around to know. I would suggest using regular copy paper to see how large it's going to be. If you go in 100%, it's possible that it will cut off, you know, part of where it says Black Mountain Plans, and like on some of these sheets back here, it says like messy stitch tags and things. It may cut those off when it's printing, okay? If you print at 97%, okay, it won't cut any of that stuff off. Now, of course, you can always shrink it and make these tags even smaller. You can get 2 to a sheet. You can have all kinds of ephemera in different sizes. It's up to you. When I print the pattern papers, I just say print at, where's the pattern paper? I tell my Epson Workhorse, it's the one that I use for just everyday printing, not for printing stickers and filling orders. When I print on the Eco Tank, I tell it to print the pattern papers at 105%. You will still have a small white border on it. And it does not matter if the white border is a little bit larger. Like on some of these, let me see if I can find one. Like this one. It's got a really wide white border here and then like nothing here because of the way the printer grabbed it. Like I said, it's my crappy printer, but it's the one that's got liquid ink, and so I can go through as much ink as I want to. It doesn't matter because by the time I cut the elements off on the other sheet, I didn't need the pattern there anyway. You got what I'm saying? So when it comes to the element sheets, the only thing I would say is if you're printing these at 100%, you need to print all of your elements at 100% so that way they will come out the right way for your folio. If you shrink your folio to, let's say, 80%, then make sure you print all your pockets and things at 80%. Now, your tags and stuff, you can go smaller than 80% if that's what you were doing. And I'm just using the 80% as an example. You're going to want to make sure that all of your elements are matching at the same size. So if you say fit to page, do it the whole way through. If you say it 100%, do it the whole way through. If you say 80%, all of them 80%. Pattern papers, it's dealer's choice. But if you're shrinking or enlarging, you want to make sure that all of your elements are printed at the same increments so that way they'll work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this folio. And I'm going to cut out my journaling cards and tags because, as you can see, I'm a little impaired and it will take way too long. And so we'll go ahead and come back and we'll put this together. Okay, guys. Oh, I'm so happy that was cut. That was a little rough, but we got it. Okay, so like I said, I'm just using regular glue, okay? You can use double-sided tape if you like. The only supplies I would say you need is like a ruler and something like a stylus or a bone folder or one of them thin folding tools. They'll work because you're going to want your score lines. So I have my little tiny scoreboard here. And let me grab my baby bone folder thing. Ooh. Because I can already tell you it's going to be rough for my hands right now. Ooh. You don't need a paper trimmer. You don't need any special supplies. And like I said, if you don't have a printer, you know what? Staples can do it for you. So I'm going to just line this up right here, okay? And just fold right on the edge of that design. You know, crease it. And then I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to line it up, probably on one of these black lines to help me out a little bit. So I can make sure I'm getting it even. Okay. Then we'll move this one over. And if it's not perfect, it's all good. We'll train the paper to go the way we want. Junk journals are so awesome because they're super forgiving. You know what I mean? If you do it wrong, it doesn't matter. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's supposed to look like you took junk and made something pretty out of it. Okay, so if it's not perfect lines and you didn't cut straight, like today I can tell y'all by hand, I did not cut straight. These are not even scored perfectly. It does not matter. The one thing I did want to point out, though, is that the reason why I left, like, a little bit of the coloring, it's like the very faded color right up there, is in case you don't have ink, okay? Because a lot of crafters like to use the ink on the edges to make it look more distressed. Excuse me. Today, I will show you that you do not even need to own ink. I will show you some supplies that you have, I guarantee you, in your own craft room, your own office, and you didn't even know that them boogers would work great to be ink. Now, I do like this one for scoring. And as you can see, like I said, I didn't fold it perfectly. You see that little line? Don't worry about it. We're going to fix it. Okay, so we're just going to go to our next line here where we trained it. You know where the coloring is. And we're going to crease it there with a bone folder. Make it nice and happy. And this is what I call training paper. All right, so we've got that. So what it's going to do is when your folio is shut, you're going to have that little 3/8. It's going to actually come out to more like a 1/4 of an inch, I think. Let me see. Yep, it's going to come out to a 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so you're going to have a 1/4 of an inch gusset, which means you're going to be able to put those pretty pockets and things in there without, you know, it wanting to have a hemorrhage and a seizure and not wanting to close on you, you know, and just be mad. Because the thing is if we're putting this together, we want to put our little stuff in there. Now, this will be listed in Black Mountain Faith because it is a printable. It will not be on the website. However, for, you know, Black Mountain plans. But I didn't put any faith-specific things on here. I am personally going to be writing prayers on the back of my tags and things. But I didn't want it to say prayer all over the pages like most junk journals and inserts do because I don't know, if y'all are like me, then you feel like it can only be for that. Well, sometimes, you know, there's something else that you want to write and maybe put in here. So I didn't want it to be typed on there and so specific. So as you can see, it's very nice and lined on the inside, and this is my outside. So here is the back, okay? And here is the front. And then here is the inside when you lift it up, okay? Now, we don't have anything to close it. Now, there's several options. We can put a magnet here. And as we put a pocket, we could put the other magnet here. The question is, what will we put on the back side here so that you don't see the magnet? You know, so probably the thing would be to put the magnet on the top, cover it, and not have so many elements, you know, in the pocket to where it could still grab it. But let's say you don't have any magnets, okay? And y'all, you can buy magnets. This little package right here, you can get this on Amazon, and it is like 10 bucks, okay? And these are those super, super strong little buggers. If you know what, it's not even open. Look at that. Look at that. Open. Open sesame. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Let me get these boogers out, because I might play with them. I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it together, and then I'm going to show you how you can elevate it if you want. If you got the stuff in your stash, okay? And we kind of know I got the stuff in the stash, but I want to just see what it looks like, you know, before we do all that. So here's my scissors, right, guys? Watch. Buggers are strong. And you got to really pull them to get them off. These are what's called rare earth magnets. You can get them on Amazon. You do not have to get basic gray, and they are just as strong as basic gray. All right, so let me move that X-Acto knife before I get hurt. Okay, so I do have my pockets cut. I have this nice long pocket here, and you do want to make sure that you leave these on so that you can score and fold these into pockets. So I have these butterflies, and then I have, let's see, I have the angled pockets where these would stack. Where's the other one? So these would stack like this, and you could put a tag, 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 okay? I don't want to do this one because my tags are not specifically sized for the angle pocket. Now, I could do a very long pocket over here. Yes, I could. Yes, I could. With the more vintage ones over here, I have a smaller pocket that could go right here with the medium-sized pocket. Kind of like that idea. Let's see what else we got. We got this angled little deal here. I don't want to use that. We have this flipper flapper thing. If I did it, I'd probably do it this way. And it would fold in like that. I'm not sure I want to go that direction. And then, of course, we have these big pockets here. We have an insert. And we have another smaller pocket. And if I can get this off my desk. Oops. And then we have, like, the tag to be able to put stickers or whatever we want, or just really pretty handwriting and say like what the pocket's for. That's up to you. A lot of people like to do those things. I don't. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go very, very basic. And I think I do want the flipper flapper thing. Do I? Let's see. Because if I put a tag in, right, I'm going to have room for my tags. But up here in this little pocket, that's probably where I would use these, like, let's see. I've got everything pre-cut, so let me get a smaller journaling card. Wherever I stuck them. So, one of these, when they're folded, and you don't have to use a scoreboard for this one, okay? Ugh. I'm knocking my glue and everything. Will it fit in there? No, but you could always cut it down and make it fit in there. That's an option. Where's some journaling cards? And this is what I said. You want to play around with your printer settings so that way you can make things smaller, larger, however you want, depending on the elements that you're wanting to use in the journal. And I don't know where those smaller cards are at the moment, but I've got them. They'll pop up in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 3 pockets on, and I do think I'm going to do the flipper flapper thing. Yeah, I do. Alright, so let's go ahead and score these. Let me show you how you would attach pockets. Super, super easy. And I'm only doing this as in case you've never seen it before, or you just like to watch the process. You know, some people just like to watch it, and they're like, I like to watch it, but I ain't going to do it. So it's all good. Alright, so we're just going to go straight down on that white. Yes, we are. We're going to go, I'm going to put it on these black ones so I can see. We're just going to fold it there, or score it, I'm sorry. Okay, get it lined up on the black one. And this is why a lot of people are like, why do you mark your thing? I'm like, because I can't see, y'all. This helps me big time. And see, I went a little too deep right there, but it's okay. It's all good. We're going to fix that up. Don't worry about it. It happens. It happens. All right, I'm going to score it there. And I'm going to get it even. Score it there. And I'm going to score it here. All right, so we got them done. Let's go ahead and score this bad boy. So I think I'm going to use a flipper flapper thingy. Come on. There we go. I told myself to print some smaller ones and cut them, but I didn't do it. All right, so do I have 3 pockets scored? I have 1, 2. Where's the third one? Where's the third one? 1, 2. The flapper. Oh, and then here, this little guy. Did I score him? No. Let's go ahead and score him. Whoops. There we go. And you guys, if I can do it wearing two braces, okay, with carpal tunnel and not on painkillers, I know y'all can, okay? It's just that easy. It's just that easy. And like I said, you don't even have to have this board. You could have a ruler and just hold the ruler. Ooh, putting that in my trash can. Just hold your ruler right there and use a little tool, okay? I mean, you can't get no easier. So, I think what we're gonna do, just gonna go ahead and fold this. Okay, and see, this is why I wanted it printed on the back, is in case I pull my pocket out, I can see a little pattern. Is it necessary? Is it required? Absolutely not. Is it just something I like? You bet. It's just something I personally like. Alright. Now, I will tell you that I'm kind of a freak about my pockets. I like to check my pockets before I attempt to put them down. And like I said, it did crack right there, but it's all good. We're going to fix that. You will not see it when it is over. You could turn this into a pocket if you want, or you could leave it the way I had done it, and that way it's a flipper flapper thing. Alright. Alright, so what I do is I take my 2 pockets and I make sure they're not overlapping, and they are overlapping right there. Ooh. So, just a little cut. We're good. Oh, just a little cut. It's just so much easier if you do this in the beginning than try to do it, you know, as you put your tape and everything on it. That's the way I feel. Okay. So it means I'm going to have to go a little bit more angled. Right here on my pockets, I'm good. Ooh, way over on that one. Alright. I had a feeling when I was cutting it because my hand was getting tired. Alright, so we're good there. Ooh, doo-doo-doo. There's a little pocket. Did we check it? Nope. Gonna go a little bit more angled on this side. Nope. Let's do a little bit angled on that side then. Alright, we're good. Nope, way bad. Alright. Usually the rule of thumb is go like that and you'll be perfect. I went to what was printed. Yeah, if we go like that, we're perfect. Okay, so we got those and those and those. Let's get this little bit of trash up out my way because y'all know how I am. Can't deal with it. It messes me up. Okay. So we don't need the scoreboard no more. We're not using the vintage style pockets right at the moment. No, we're not. No, we're not. And I will even teach you a really cool trick. Something I am definitely going to be doing. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is get this pocket on. Now we could go straight glue. Okay. We can go straight glue or we can go double-sided tape. But before I put anything down, I like to ink it, okay? So, let me show you what I got out from my inkings. I'm going to be inking, but I am also going to show you if you do not own any distress ink or anything like that, which you can literally use, that I know you've got in your office, guys. Let me move that. Let me move some of this stuff out of my way. Especially being impaired, I don't need all this mess in my way. Alright, where's the ink? Where's the ink? Hang tight. Okay, guys, I found it. I want to use the Distress Oxide and Walnut Stain, okay? And what I'm going to do is just lightly hit it, y'all. And I don't care how messy that booger turns out, it's going to be alright. Sometimes I don't like a whole lot of ink on my stuff. Other times I like it super inky. Just depends on the project. Okay? It just really, really does. It's just whatever I start with, That's what I keep going with. I don't switch up in the middle. But on this one, I kind of want brown and I kind of want purple. I just really do. So, I'm going to show you how we do that. I'm going to do that. So, when we fold it, okay, you really can't see where I have messed it up. You got what I'm saying? So, we're good there. Alright, so let me show you something. Put this to the side for a second because we're definitely going to be using it. You can do the same daggone thing with your Tombos, okay? Just take your Tombow. Let me do it to a tag. Let me grab one of these tags because I know I'm gonna be... There's a smaller journaling card. Oh my gosh. So anyway, just take your Tombow, okay? And just knock off the color on the side of your tag. You'll be alright. It just covers up the white. Y'all see it, right? Easy peasy, stinking easy. I mean, you can't get no better than that. Whoops. Marked a little on the back, but it'd be alright. Like I said, I am not worried about things being perfect. This is a junk journal, okay? It's supposed to be junk turned beautiful. So, we got the marks off of it. You know what I'm saying? And it works with any color. Since there's purple in this paper, you could use purple. You could bring in this blue to make it, you know, more blue to make the blue pop. It will work. I mean, I'm even thinking about using the Villainous Potion. It's a new one I haven't used. I ordered it when it came out, and I still haven't used it. So I'm tempted to do it. So, you know, that's exactly what could go on with it. That's how you can cover up those things. You really can. Alright, now since I screwed the pouch on it, let me get one of these. Oh my goodness. That's what I get for crafting when I'm all to pieces. Anyway, if you don't make your craft room messy, then you didn't have fun. That's just the way we're going to look at it today. So I'm just going to go in and make some splotches, and I ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm wanting it to look a little distressed. I'm wanting it to look all to pieces, because that's the look I'm going for today. It just is. The graphics are so pretty that now I need to add some ugly. That's what I need to do. And I'm actually just going to go very, very lightly in some like swirly patterns all over, because I want my writing when I'm done on the back here to be distressed looking as also. And I love the circle dots. To me, it reminds me of like coffee stains and things like that. So I'm okay with it. I'm going to blend out some of them that are so pronounced. But yeah, don't be thinking when you're watching card making videos and stuff that you have to be perfect. This is literally your deal, and they dry so much lighter than what it looks like on the camera. So just trust me, it's all good. So let's go ahead and ink the rest of these pockets real quick so we can get these boogers on. Alright. Yep. Because I'm not too sure how long my hand's going to be nice to me. Alright. And like I said, when it comes to the tags and things, you're really probably going to want to print a couple of them, you know, smaller. Some of them at the actual size. You're going to want to have a variety of them. But I do them in one size, so that way they're big enough for you guys to shrink and get multiples onto a page. You got what I'm saying? There's no need for me to shrink them over and over and have that many PDFs going on in your file. Y'all can shrink them or add them to a page, no worries. Alright, so this one, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like that. This over with. Yep. And then right on down here, because it's going to be like a little swingy tab. Yeah, it is. So since it's going to be a swingy, we're going to be inking on both sides. Alright, I want it a little bit more distressed on this side. So a little bit more inky. I mean, you can even bend these guys, like ball them up, let them dry, you know, spray a little bit of water on them, ball them up, let them dry. They'll have that very, very aged look to it. It's so cool when you do that. Alright, so let's move this bugger out the way, since I'm making a mess in my studio, but it's all good. We're having fun, right? Let me move this. Alright. So, I want my flipper flapper to be right here. And I don't want it to go over my crease line, okay? So I want to make sure that I'm nowhere near my crease line. My crease line's right there. So I'm going to make sure I have some room here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put this booger down, and I'm going to use double-sided tape for it. And I don't even use scissors, y'all. Isn't that horrible? When it comes to double-sided tape, I don't do that. I just lay the booger on there, and then I cut it with the scissors once it's on. You want to make sure you don't go across the fold either on your pockets and things, because then them jokers are going to be a pain in your butt. I do need the smaller scissors that I use for this, especially with my hands right now. These icky ones. I have double-sided tape scissors because it'll leave adhesive onto your scissors and it's a hot mess. So it's kind of like, you know, if you cut with certain scissors, you cut fabric and nobody's allowed to touch them. Well, my double-sided tape, nobody's allowed to touch that with it either. So, alright. So this is the side I want down to the paper. So the question is, do I want it flipping open to like that or like that? So I think I'm going to do it like that. Let me grab my little hook tool from Silhouette. Alright, now this one's from Cricut. I'm sorry, don't get me lying. Ooh. Alright, so it's got this little hook on it, and it just helps me pull this thing off. And the reason I'm putting down the flipper flapper first is I'm going to layer my pocket on top of it. Alright. So, is there really a direction that I need to pay attention to? I would like my flower to be like that. So, actually, ooh, you know what? I want to ink the inside of this real quick. I didn't even think about that. Because it is so hard to ink once you start laying your stuff down. So it's just easier to do it at first. I'll fast forward you guys through this real quick. Okay guys, so I'm sorry. Alright, so it's inked on the inside, and I really like that on the seams. And then it's inked on the outside, and I didn't do it too much. I let it get a little messy, but it's all good. Alright, so let's put this booger down. Like I said, I want my flower to be showing. So, and now that I've got it inked, I can see a little bit better. Actually, let me show you my glue trick. If you got double-sided tape on, and you take your glue, it gives you a wiggle room in it to be able to adjust if you laid it down wrong. Otherwise, that booger's going to rip your paper if you try to move it if it didn't go down right. You don't want to saturate it. This is art glitter glue, so it's a little needle tip, so it's not too bad, but it does give you just enough time. Yes, it does. Like I said, kind of knew it wasn't going to go down easy. Not today with my hands. But if I'm able to do this, guys, I know y'all can. Right. And so since the lines are there, it kind of gives you a really good idea if you got it right or wrong. I think that's about the right amount of space. So I'm just going to sploosh it. I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to sploosh it again. Look at that. So we got a little flippy flappy going on, okay? And as we fold it up, see, we're okay. We got room. We got it going on, y'all. So cute already. All right, so do we want the big pocket here? Do we want the big pocket here? Yeah, we do. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my double-sided tape on. Alright, let me move this out the way so I don't get it messed up. Like I said, I absolutely cheat. I just lay it and tear it, and then cut it right. It's just easier for me this way, guys, and it's not even because of my hands. It's just the way I've always done it. I guess I've always done it because of my hands, but my hands were never in braces. They are now. And they are not going to stop me from having a good time. Doctor told me I needed to stop working and I needed to relax. And I'm like, I am relaxing. This is my relaxing. I have my Functional Friday ready to go. So, yeah, I get to play. And if my hands hurt too bad, I know to stop, so it's all good. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to cut that part off. Cut that part off. This part off. Come on. And, oops, that part off. Go ahead and get that in the trash can. There we go. So, easiest thing to do is make sure you burnish it down so that when you use that little hook tool or whatever you use, fingernails or whatever, it'll actually come up. Because me and these things fight all the time. Where'd my little hook deal go? Well, while I'm looking for it, I'll eat me a Snoopy Hershey Kiss. Isn't he cute? Little Snoopy. Okay, so, right in front of me. There we go. Pull this booger up. Whoops. Get off. I haven't been able to play crafting in a long time, guys. I really haven't. There's a project that I'm wanting to make. And I have been wanting to make it since Christmas. I'm gonna have to squeeze it because I can't do it with my fingertips. And I just haven't had the chance to do it yet. I'm gonna have to make time to do it. Oops. Alright. This is doable. I got it now. I mean, y'all may not need the glue trick, but I so do. I'm sorry. I just do. So what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna be very, very careful. I'm gonna start with my bottom. And I want to try to make it sit on that line almost. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Come on. Come on. Fold under. Be nice. Fold under. Oh, yeah, I like that. So, normally I would cover this, but it kind of looks like it's going right into the edges of the pocket, and it's okay. And if someone is staring at your project that hard, tell them to mind their business. Seriously. Tell them to mind their business. They're just being a butt. These are just baby wipes. A must for when you're crafting. Okay, so we got these two on. And see, we're still closing. We're still closing, people. Now, if I was going to have attached a magnet, I would have set the magnet in here and put a piece of tape over it. So that way when it folded, it would have went dink and you wouldn't have seen the magnet in here. I'm not worried about that. I think I'm just going to be tying a ribbon around it to keep it closed. Because I'm trying to show, like, if you don't have any supplies, what's the easiest way to do it. And so let's say you didn't have any supplies. This would be the easiest way to do it, is to tie a ribbon around it. So let's go ahead and get these other two pockets on. Do we want the other two pockets, or do we got like the bold look over here? Maybe we want a long pocket over here, or we could put the long pocket on there. Let's do that, y'all. Let's put the pocket on here. Yes. Yes, yes. I mean, we got the supplies in our kit. Why as well? Okay. Whoops. Let's do it. Whoops. Need the fatter end. What you doing, Miss Bubba? You already had dinner. You need to go away. Not getting nothing else. Nothing else. You done, fatty. Yes, you are. You need to go bark at Papa. See what he give you. You giving me a headache. What's up, Papa? Alright. So the only thing we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and get the tape on all of them. I am going to ink this one. We're going to stick that pocket on there. I think that'd be pretty. Here we are. Here we are. Might as well. I mean, it's in the kit. Let's use it. Let's do something. Oh, you going to be a jerk? Looking like. And I bent it, so I'm going to have to cut that part off. It'll be alright. Alright, alright. Hey guys, so while we're fast forwarding through me having a hot mess of trying to get this tape and the ink and stuff on there, I wanted to let you know that when the kit releases on Sunday, you will have an assortment of different size tags, library cards, and journaling cards included in the PDF printable. Make sure to tune back in on Sunday when I do the faith journaling flip to see what all I have added to this in the meantime. So I do hope that you guys are liking the process. All right. Hey guys, sorry. I had to fast forward that because I knew it was going to take me a long time. Believe it or not, that took a long time. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're just going to be burnishing these pockets. Right? We may even be cutting this one off. I'm not sure yet. I'll show you a neat trick. I think, well, yeah, let's do the trick so that you know one in case you didn't. Okay. And I don't know if y'all seen, but I really tried to make this look super distressed. And I got double-sided tape on it. It'll be alright. There we go. So did I burnish all the sides? I don't even know. Let's burnish it again just in case. It just makes the tape pull off easier if you do it that way. Alright. And now we gotta do this one. Here we go. And if y'all see me trimming really hard along the edges, it was because the tape is a little bit longer on this bottom part than what I wanted. That's okay. What we're gonna do is, I don't know if you've ever seen this before. You take a normal sized pocket, right? And we're gonna be... Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the bottom part off that I trimmed. Okay? No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. Yeah, okay. I may have just screwed the pooch on that. You're supposed to slide it in, and I should have did it, but I didn't. But I already had tape on it, too, so let me knock that white off of there. Let's see. Shut up, Tater Tot. Shut up. Okay, so you would stack it like this. Right, right. Yeah. Alright, let's get this booger down first, and then I'll be able to do it, if I can. I may have screwed the pooch, and we'll have to figure out something different. It's called a stacked pocket. It's where you can go all the way down on both, or stop. It's just up to you how you want to layer it on there. It doesn't have to be its own separate pocket. There's several ways you can do it, but I think I just did it wrong. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just did it wrong. Get off my brace. Okay, let's get our trusty glue here. Come on, fingers, work with me. Alright, alright, alright. Cool. So, I'm gonna come up to like maybe the second line here. Don't want to go all the way to the top. I mean to the bottom. There we go. Alright. That gives me enough room if I want to put that triangle pocket there. Oh, I was putting this here. Alright, I'm going to turn the pocket this way so that whatever I'm taking out of the pocket does not impede this one. So really quickly, let's figure out what I did wrong here. Can I stack it? Can I stack it? Well, we can if we do this. We'll have to get our scoreboard back again. Or we could just lay this here and glue the bottom part. No, I want to layer it in there. So what I'm going to do is, even though it's supposed to be folded here, we're going to fold it in one more gully. Yeah, we are. Where's my thingamabob? Like I said, if you make a mistake, you can always fix it. You can always fix it, trust me. Always, always, always. So we're going to put where we actually scored on the black line, and we're going to go one line beside of it. Right? So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go all the way down and burnish. I'll find that little line. There we are. And burnish. And then we're going to hit it with our ink real quick. Make it match the way that everything else does. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to be sliding it. It's going to be like a two-tone effect here. It's not supposed to really look like this, but that's actually pretty cool. So, y'all, What I do think I'm going to do is I'm going to close off this, okay? And I'm going to layer it in. I'm going to stop probably around, let's see, if I bring it to that line, you can see a little bit of that butterfly. Oh, or, yeah, baby, I can do that. If I stuck a whole bunch of tags in here, yeah, I like that idea. Let's put a little pocket on the front of this pocket. Or, with a little pocket, put it on that pocket. Let's stick it on here. All right, ooh, knock my thing over. Okay, so then we didn't need to actually do that other score. We could have left it at the length it was, but we adjusted it and it's all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this booger like right here in the center of this the best I can. And I didn't use my glue trick, so it's already down. And I'm going to go to the bottom of my pocket here, right, and I'm just going to put a little line of glue, and this seals this pocket from anything falling out of it. So there we go. Easy peasy. There we go. Alright, so we got us a little pocket and a big pocket. Now, we need to get this one on. Like I said, if you burnish it good enough, you should be able to do it with your fingernails. Yep, my hands are starting to hurt, so I gotta hurry up and finish up this video. I think it's this glue bottle that's actually making it hurt. Alright. But it's essential, like I said, if you don't get it down and you have to move it without this glue trick, you're gonna rip your paper. I seen somebody do this years ago and they were like, it works. And let me tell you something, it does work. It does. You can even do this trick with a glue stick. A glue stick will work. It doesn't have to be this kind of glue. As long as it's glue over the double-sided tape, it's gonna work. The trick is going to work. Alright, so we're getting pretty much right there, and there we go. So let's burnish it down, right? There we go. All right, so we've got all the elements in, and look guys, we still got plenty of room. This is where I would probably stop adding elements like pockets. I probably wouldn't put the angled pockets here. I mean, you quite literally could, okay? And it would be pretty. It so would, and it would be something interactive on either side, but it depends on how much stuff you're wanting to put into here as to how much it's going to need, you know. See, just without it being folded back, we're starting to get a little tight with those extra elements. So this is probably where I would stick like some of my favorite, you know, stickers that are just like little clipboards and memo notes. I would ink them up, make them purpley or distressed, and I would put notes on here. Or maybe I would take my black, bold Erin Condren marker and write out a verse, you know? That'd probably be what I did. So really quickly, I do want to show you, okay, so we have, this is where I would ink the cards, you know? I would ink them and I would distress them like I did the tag, right? And so I would add one like right in here, okay? Let's just start getting all these elements out. I would put this one in here. I'd put it that way up. Okay. I'd put a smaller one in here. I would definitely put, like this distress tag. I would take my hole puncher. Where is it? Oh, okay. Where's my hole puncher? There's my library cards. Yeah, I would definitely put my library cards in there. Okay, hang on. Is this the one I distress? It is. So where's my hole punchy? Oh, hang on. Okay, I would take my hole punch, and this is just a standard hole punch. It just happens to be in a little punch instead of like the one you get like at the dollar store in Walmart. I would hole punch it, and maybe I will take, you know, this ribbon right here. I get it from really reasonable ribbon. Let's take that off. It's getting in my way. I'm gonna take some ribbon. Yes, I would once I get it loose. I don't know about right there is good, right? Yeah, right there is good. Move that over there. I would, how would I do it? Oh yeah, it's been a while. I'd fold this booger in half to get it in there. That's what I would do. Well, actually, before I did that, I would take, like I said, y'all, I would cheat. Let me see. Let me use the back of this thing that I'm not using. You can use the whole reinforcer, right? And take your ink and just do your ink up, right? Okay. Just stick this like right on there. And on the back, since it's already distressed, I have one of those We Are Memory Keepers reinforcer punches. Let me see. And I would just take one of the scraps. I want to make sure I'm on there right. I might not be. Okay. That is kind of hard for me. What in the world? Works enough. Okay. And it just cut out, you know, little cardstock look. And I would take a teeny tiny bit of glue. If it wasn't clogged up already. This glue clogs so fast. Alright, come on. Don't make me squeeze too hard. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a little painful. Alright. Okay, yeah. This video's going to be over soon. Alright, so, see? Really, really cool look, right? And if I had got more of the pattern on there, it'd be even better, but, you know, I didn't. So, now that I got my reinforcer on there, right, I'll take my ribbon, and I'll just fold it in half, smoosh it through, grab it on the other side. Come on, don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Okay. Open up my ribbon where I folded it. That's essential. It is essential. And then just smush these two through. Be very careful when you're pulling tight. You can also adjust the way your ribbon is going to look as it gets tighter. Right? Oh, this is not easy with my hands like this, y'all. Okay, so. Okay. Probably be best if I, hell yeah. Time for the magic of fast forward. Okay, so we got that on there. That was a struggle. And it's not even tight. But you know what? I can always tighten this when I'm feeling better, right? Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Yeah, I'm pulling it way too tight. Oh no, it looks right. Alright, so you got it. This look on this side, right? And then here's your tag here. And I'm not going to heat it with a lighter. I want this to fray. I do. But I don't want it hanging out crazy long. No, I don't. Alright, so we're good there. I want it kind of all shorty. Yeah, I do. So I would decorate more and more tags, right? We got a ton of them. I mean, we've got all kinds of them. We got these kind, you know, and this would even fit in this kind of pocket down here, right? It will cover up your design there, so I'm not too sure that'd be the look you're going for. But I'd probably stack this with like all kinds of tags in different sizes. And I would write prayers on it, memory verses for the week. And this is not so specific that I would feel like, you know, that it had to only be prayers because it says prayers on the book, on the folio. It doesn't. So it could be whatever you wanted. And there would be, you know, all kinds of pretty ribbon all over these tags. I'll have to show y'all what this looks like when I get it completed. But I think in the meantime, it's really cool. And they're like layering and stacking up and just like really, really neat, right? So then we have these journaling cards that I cut. And all you want to do is just line them up, right? Yeah, just line them up, burnish it. And either use your double-sided tape, right? And glue it shut. And if you have any white showing, cut it even. You could glue it shut, or you could distress the inside, or you could add stickers, private notes, prayers, and they could work right in there, okay? And then we have, let's see, we have these library cards that are definitely going to be able to fit into, they won't fit in that pocket because of what I did to it, but they'll definitely fit in here, but they'll be hanging out. You know what I mean? So the best way would probably be, you know, in here, right? So yeah, I mean, I would probably shrink these because library cards don't have to be so big. But like I said, the reason why they are is so that you have the option to use them this size. Because these will work in anything. I mean, I'll probably be tipping these in my Bible study journal book. But, you know, these will definitely work in your pockets and you can definitely shrink them. So you still have like all of these elements over here. These are the journaling cards that need to be folded. All of these tags. I mean, there's so many elements that it's up to you, and you can make this thing over and over and over in different ways. And see, with all that stuff in there, we've got plenty of room, and it folds up like a little pocket. You can embellish it with flowers. You could tie a ribbon around it. You know, there's so many options of what you can do with this. You could put a magnet here, right? We could put a magnet here. What would we put over the magnet, though, is the trick. You could put a magnet here and you could stick a sticker over it. I mean, you really could. Like, it says faith or prayer, right? And you could stick a magnet on here and you could do the same thing, you know? And then it would close. That's up to you. But what I would probably do is I'll probably put a flower. Nah, I probably won't even put a flower. I'll probably just be wrapping it up, you know, with, like, ribbon. Probably seam binding because it's a little distressed and a little worn. But I would just, you know, or you could take any of your scraps. You could cut down your pocket possibly into strips and make you a belly band that just slid over the top. This thing has so many possibilities, but for a first attempt at trying to make a printable junk journal or a folio or anything like that, I think this was a really cool and nifty first time little item. So just leave your thoughts down below, guys, and let me know. I'm going to be bringing lots and lots of different things. Things with inserts, books, where you can actually make a spine and put your inserts into it, an actual junk journal. So, but this was my first attempt, and I'm actually really happy with it. So until I see you guys for another video, bye.